What's up everyone? It's been a while, but Nostalgia Glasses is finally back for episode 2. Today we're kind of shifting gears and moving over to the PlayStation 1. If you can't guess by the title, we're going to be playing two of my favorite PlayStation 1 titles of all time, Bust-A-Move 4 and Bust-A-Move 99. So the real question still stands, are the Nostalgia Glasses on or off for these two hit games? Well, guess only time will tell. Let's go ahead and start off with the first of the two, Bust-A-Move 99. Originally titled Puzzle Bobble 3, it was first released in arcades in Japan only in 1996, then a year later it was ported to the Sega Saturn, and 2 years later ported to the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. It was also released on the PlayStation Network in Japan only in 2008, and that was the last release of Bust-A-Move 99. Bust-A-Move 99 changed up the series by quite a bit, with bubbles being attached to nodes that move downwards rather than being pushed down by a mechanical device. Now, I haven't seen much of the Puzzle Bobble series until this game, so I can't really say how much of a difference that makes. Bust-A-Move 99 also introduces the rainbow bubbles. If a bubble is burst next to it, it changes into the bubble's color. If you can chain it correctly, you'll get a huge chain reaction of bubbles bursting, thus adding to your score. Another huge change to Bust-A-Move 99 is the addition of being able to choose your character, but it's limited to the versus computer mode, and you can choose from Bub if you're first player, Bob if you're second player, or even... Wait a minute. Is that Ryu? Okay, so it's not really Ryu, but he sure acts like him, including throwing out a silly little Hadouken when you get a good chain reaction. And why is that chick pretty much naked? Is she some sort of cave woman or something? I'm so confused. Yet intrigued. Yet mostly confused. Now on to the actual game itself. The controls are great. In fact, they still hold up today. That's pretty obvious, seeing as how many games nowadays have the same style of gameplay. Looking at you, Bubble Witch Saga. But at least back in my day, we didn't have the guidelines. And then we lost a lot. That's pretty much when the guidelines showed up. I suck at this game. Let's go ahead and start off with arcade mode. There's really not that much to say here. It's your basic versus CPU game mode where you battle through all the characters and get character endings at the end, which I found kind of surprising that they would add that in. Some of the characters are out there, and some of the others are just plain wacky. Challenge mode is simple. You go through 5 different stages and you get graded on how you do on each stage. It's kind of boring, really. Meanwhile, puzzle mode is one of the modes that I spend the most time on. In puzzle mode, you push your way through all the different stages of the world to get to the end. And it's basically just a game about getting high score from what I can tell. And there's not really that much to say about it, I guess. The main issue I really have with Bust-A-Move 99 is that there's no music during gameplay. Not a lot going on either on the screen, and it gets really boring. Jeez, Bust-A-Move 99 really wasn't that good of a game. I'm kind of surprised it was such a hit back in the day. Oh well, let's move on to the next game in the series, Bust-A-Move 4. Bust-A-Move 4 was released in 1998 in arcades, and in 1998 on the PlayStation, just a year before Bust-A-Move 99 was released on the PlayStation 1. Although Bust-A-Move 4 was also released on the Game Boy Color, Microsoft Windows, and Sega Dreamcast. Bust-A-Move 4 takes a big step from Bust-A-Move 99 and introduces the pulley system and chain reactions. The pulley system easily being the worst of the two features, as it consists of 2 groups of bubbles attached to either side of the pulley. Popping bubbles on that side will cause it to rise and the other to fall. Your basic gravity, right? Well, it gets pretty annoying the more you play through the game. The chain reaction system, on the other hand, is a great addition to the series. It occurs when a bubble is dropped and it can move to another place on the board, causing even more bubbles to pop, and then a chain reaction begins. Other than the new mechanics, there's nothing else control-wise that has really changed. Everything still holds up, and it feels like the classic Puzzle Bobble game we all know and love. Or at least some of us love. Unfortunately, there's still no music during gameplay, but with all that's happening around you with the chain reactions and whatnot, there's really no need for it. It's not as quiet as Bust a Move 99 is, so it kind of makes you forget about not having any music accompanying the gameplay. Now onto the game modes. It has your standard game modes: puzzle mode, story puzzle, story versus, win contest, player, and challenge mode. I'd talk about edit mode, but there's no real reason to. Puzzle mode is just like the puzzle mode in Bust a Move 99. You complete each field on the stage and move on to the next place until you finally reach the end. There are dozens of possible routes to complete puzzle mode. Try to do them all. The story puzzle is one of the more interesting parts of the game. Instead of going through different stages, you go to the different tarot cards, with the aim being to complete all the tarot cards until you complete the game and have your fortune told? It's really weird and kind of interesting. Story Versus is the main story mode of this game. Who would have guessed that Bust a Move 4 would have a story mode? I sure didn't when I started it up, but was pleasantly surprised. The story starts on the planet Bubbaluna. I can't make this stuff up if I tried. On the planet lived the twins Bub and Bob. You know, the cute little dragon guys that are the main protagonists of this game. Yeah, those cute little bastards. One day the sun fails to rise because the Fairy of the Night, Cleon, has stolen the light source known as the Rainbow for... Oh god, what the hell is that thing? Oh god! It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life! Yeah! That is Madame Luna. She then proceeds to split this rainbow into 7 light bubbles, and Bub and Bob set off to retrieve the bubbles and restore light and peace to their planet. In Story Versus mode, you can choose who you want to play as it follows your choice of character on his or her journey to retrieve the said 7 light bubbles to do whatever your character has planned. You must face each character of the main cast and defeat them to move on to the next stage in an obviously linear fashion, until you finally reach Madame Luna. Upon defeating her, you find out that Madame Luna is in fact Dreg, the main antagonist of the series, and then you proceed to beat him too. Win Contest is a fun and simple game mode that I spent a lot of time on when playing Bust a Move 4. It's a game mode where you try to defeat as many opponents as possible. The more you beat, the more the picture of your character is revealed to you. Also in this mode, you can unlock more characters, so hey, that's neat. Challenge mode is a simple mode. You go through the stages and it ranks you. Simple, right? Yeah. Well, that's about it. I mean, they're puzzle games. There's not really much to say about puzzle games. The nostalgia glasses are definitely on for Bust a Move 99. Bust a Move 4 has a lot more stuff to do in it, though. So, in the end, Bust a Move 99 is easily the worst of the two. Just doesn't have that much content. There's not really that much to do compared to Bust a Move 4, and I guess Bust a Move 4 came before 99. So they kind of took a big step backwards when Bust a Move 99 was released. Kind of depressing, but, you know, it happens. That was back during the arcade era, you know. So with that in mind, guys, like I said, nostalgia glasses are off for Bust a Move 4. It's a great game, still holds up today. But Bust a Move 99 has its issues, and the nostalgia glasses are definitely on for that one, because I remember sitting at my aunt's house playing the PlayStation 1, like way back in the day, and playing Bust a Move 99. I thought it was a great game. Now, it's not so much the case. So with that in mind, guys, I've been the Skyward Soldier, and if you like what I do, feel free to share it around. Share it with your dog, your cat, your grandma, your aunt, your second cousin twice removed even, you know, whoever you want to share it with. You know, feel free to share my stuff. And if you want to check me out, you know, feel free to hit that subscribe button wherever it is. And with that, guys, you know, come back next time when we check out another PlayStation classic, or a classic from the old days. I haven't decided yet. So with that in mind, guys, I've been the Skyward Soldier, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. And I'm gonna just sit here and keep playing Bust a Move 4.